welcome to Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. I am Mr. Randy, and today we're going to be doing a final pour episode. If you're new to the channel, hello and welcome. Come on in. All my returning viewers, you know how we do, so let's get on with it, shall we? So today's final pour episode is going to be of the Compass Box Orchard House. For all my new viewers, I do a 3-part review. First part, off the rip, get it home, crack it open, have it, pour it in a glass, share my first impressions with you because that's what we do here. Part 2, full review time. Halfway down, I stop. I let it sit in there for a week, 2 weeks, you know, whatever it may be. You know, la sera, right? Correct? Okay. I go online. Sad part is I find a lot less than I expect. I bring back what I can. We talk about it. I score it. We continue to drink it for part 3, where we are here today. Final pour, which we're having. We're going to have the final pour, compare it to the first pour, and everything in between. Okay. We'll put that cork in the fishbowl. Compass Box Orchard House Scotch Whiskey. Blended malt Scotch Whiskey. Non-chill filter, no color added. BEA. Beautiful. This was very beautiful, very fragrant, as it states. Fragrant, sweet, balanced, abso-freaking-lutely, yes. Just pouring it fills the room with flavor, aromatic beautifulness. The nose is just a bit subdued. From the nose, the off the rip, the full review, and the final pour, it just takes a notch down, a notch down, a notch down. Still relatively strong. Beautiful nose. Very fruity, very juicy. Slight bit of spice and honey to sort of round things off. So off the rip, this bottle has been a little bit on the strong side. Very strength forward in the aromatics. And on the palate, midway through, this sort of relaxes a little bit and becomes more enjoyable. I mean, it's an opinion. It's everybody's sort of different thing. You may enjoy it strong off the rip. I enjoy it midway where it sort of calms down a little bit more. Let's go ahead and get that first palate on there. This is going to be the acclimation palate. Not to be treated as the full show. Much softer, still very juicy, very fruity. A little bit of spiciness still on the backside to round off everything. There is a sort of bit of candied fruit character that now becomes a little bit more prominent in the whole profile here. That is just the acclimation pour. Whew. Not as strong from off the rip, but of course it is the final pour. This has sat on the desk for a couple of weeks now. I'm trying to push through a lot of the rest of these bottles that I have because I don't want to carry them with me while I'm in transitioning down to San Antonio. So let's go get that second palette on there and see what she has to say. It's a beautiful color, isn't it? That is a beautiful color for a Scotch. Yes, sir, indeedy. Little technique I've developed to help get those legs a running. You gotta spank it in the mouth. Still pretty good for the viscosity. I think that's handed That's pretty much been standard through and through the bottle. It does transfer relatively well on the mouth. It has an all-encompassing sort of deal all over the mouth, all at once. You're getting fresh fruits, light fruits, oiliness, some tropical fruits, kind of in a way. Peaches, pears, pineapples, apples, cinnamon. Very fruity, very fruit forward. Then you sort of drop off to where you get some deeper, richer fruits. Then you're going to get some spiciness on the back end. I got a little bit more before I get to the finish. I need to pour less for these. Excuse me one moment. Only the slightest bit of dryness on the palate, only slightly. I'd say probably the dryness has a 1 out of 5. While everything else there is filled up with fruity, juicy, spiciness probably tops it all off with a 1. 1 dryness, 1 spicy. 3 is going to be the fruity, juicy deliciousness. I actually say that for $40 on the shelf, I think this was like 40, I forget what it was. So 40%, 40 bucks plus 8.25%. Yeah, roughly about 46, 47, somewhere around there. I took Algebra 2 and, you know, unnecessary math, as I call it, unless you plan on working for NASA, which my older brother could have. Whatever. I mean, what does all these extra math classes and I took Latin, what good did it do me? I mean, seriously. Anywho, let's go ahead and get this finish on. Would you rather be the guy behind the keyboard or the guy behind the stick? I don't know. To each their own, I guess. The finish on this is kind of spicy. The finish really brings out a lot of that spice forward. Everything is kind of roughly in the same area between the 1 and the 2. The back end doesn't really push hard as much as the rest of the mouth. I'm getting gums, I'm getting cheeks. As pushing a 2, the lips and the tongue are barely a 1. The back end heat is, it's there. We'll probably say it's at least a solid 1. It's a good finish. It really is a good finish. Lasts a little bit long. Doesn't quickly run away from you. It doesn't diminish right away. It hangs in there. A lot of the effects last long, but so does the flavor. A lot of this flavor is going to hang out with the effects almost hand in hand. Yes, the flavor does go out before the effects, but how could you really ask for more than that? And especially for $40 on the shelf, under $50 out the door for a blended Scotch. This Scotch, this Compass Box Orchard House Spiral, comes from a lot of big names. Koala. I forget the other ones, but a lot of big names are in this bottle. A lot of fruit, a lot of spice. Well, maybe not a lot of spice, but it's well balanced. Very nice. I absolutely enjoyed this experience. A big thank you to Compass Box. Orchard House was a beautiful one. Appreciate it. And thank you for helping keeping me inebriated. Well, there it is. If you've watched this all the way up to 10 minutes, you might as well go ahead and hit the like, subscribe, follow, heart, whatever, the platform you're on watching this. Make sure that you can get these videos sent directly to you as soon as I release them. I just want at least one person to watch each of my videos. At least just one person makes it worth it. I don't care. One person. I go through the time, I buy the bottle, I bring it home, I set up the camera, I do all the stuff. I want to share it. If I'm going to do this, I want to do it. I want to record it, share it with you, one person, just one. I don't care who it is. That's what matters. Subscription numbers, don't care. Views, don't care. How many comments? That's the one thing I look forward to. What do you have to say about Compass Box, Orchard House? So do me a favor in the comment section. Tell me about it. Where are you at? What's the world of libations like in your area for you? Have you tried a Compass Box? Have you tried the Orchard House? Yeah, well, there it is. As always, thanks for stopping by here at Mr. Randy's Wine and Spirits. Definitely have a good one.